Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you some wonderful markers which you can create, like the emojis, some Unicode characters, multi-dimensional polygons and multicolored polygons. Okay, so let's import the libraries. And in the marker, when you want to give a marker, an emoji marker, you would give it as a Unicode character within these dollar symbols. Okay, so this particular Unicode marker is for a snowman. You can open your character map and you can choose the font Sigoi UI emoji, and you will see the once you choose any emoji here, you would see the Unicode characters below and you can use them here. So for a smiling face, so this is 263A. Let me change this to 263A. Let me change the color to green. Okay, and you will see all the smiling faces. Similarly, if you want to see some other Unicode characters or Unicode emojis here, now for example here, let's take a black chess pawn. This is 265F. You can put a for loop and check out all the different kind of emojis that will be created when you just put a for loop here and do this thing, and you will get different markers. Okay, only thing is you need to use all the Unicode characters. You cannot use the hexadecimal characters here. That is the caveat here. You need to use the Unicode bits, the Unicode whatever is mentioned as the Unicode characters, you need to use those. You cannot use the hexadecimal. Like if you want to go for any of the Wingding characters, you cannot do that. Okay, so make sure whichever font you select, the font that you select has a Unicode character. So for the exclamation mark, it is 0021. So let's say 0021. Okay, those are the exclamation marks. So you can use in the marker within this dollar symbol, which is your latex kind of a symbol. And I'm not passing the this thing as your raw text. It needs to be as a /u. It will expand this as a Unicode character. Okay. Then let's move to scientific notation. When you want to give markers as scientific notation, you will again give this in the dollar symbol, but you will pass it as a raw text. Otherwise it will give you an error. So any of your scientific notations could become your marker. Okay. So in case you have the other symbols, for example alpha equal to beta square. Okay, this is a big equation, and let me just increase the font size. So you will see this as your the dollar needs to be at the end. Okay, so this equation has come as a marker. Not looking that good, but the point being you can have any scientific notation as your marker. So some of the notations that may look good is, for example, the phi sign. Okay, so if you just have the phi symbol. Okay. If you require this as your marker, you may use it. So the difference in the scientific notation and the Unicode character is this particular R symbol. Here we are passing it as a raw text, and here we want it to be this whatever we pass it expanded as a Unicode. Okay, now let's see some interesting multi-dimensional polygons which you can use as markers. So when you do a plt dot plot of this x and y, I've taken 3 data points. Now in the marker, you can give a tuple. The tuple takes three inputs, the number of sides of a regular polygon. 0 is the regular polygon, and you can pass an angle. For example, if I say a marker with suppose 7 sides, okay, a regular marker, I'm not giving any angle. So I get this is just a and the sides are not seen well enough, so let me just increase the marker size here, and let us make the color as magenta. Okay, so once I increase this, you will see that there are 7 sides. This is a 7-sided polygon. Just let me increase the x limit and the y limit so that it is clearly visible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7-sided polygon. You can make it any number of sides that you want. The higher number of sides you will make, and if the size remains the same, it will be as close to a circle. Okay, so you may want to choose, the appropriate size in which you want to show the polygon. This is your regular polygon when you pass 0. The third interesting argument is the angle. So let me just show you back with, let's say suppose you have just a 4 side, which will be as good as a star here. Now let's play with the angle. Okay, so let us make the angle as 45 degrees and just look at how the line joins to the box. Okay, so the angle here has changed. First it looked like star, now it's looking like a square, and you can just adjust this angle so that you get this line exactly on this tip. Okay. So probably you will get it much faster than I'm just trying it out here. Okay, so the third, this is a very interesting thing when you want to adjust how your lines are connecting to the shapes, at which angle you want them to be connected. Okay, so the next interesting thing here is 0 is for a regular polygon. If you change it to 1, it would be a star like symbol with those many number of sides. So this is a star with 5 sides. If I make it 7, I get a star with 7 sides. Okay, really interesting stuff. And people who are very want to micromanage, how their graph should look like, this is something very handy for them. All right, then the second, the last here is you can put a asterisk. The shape would be a asterisk kind of a shape, and you can decide how many these asterisk lines do you want. So this is like the 7 lines. So here if I increase it to approximately 18, you will get 18 lines asterisk. Okay, so this is something I wanted to share. The last thing I wanted to share was multicolored polygons. You can have your polygons colored in multiple ways. So let's look at the multicolored polygons. What you can do is you can create a marker style dictionary and you can give different colors. So the color of my marker is blue. Okay, the line style is a dotted line style, and this is a circled marker. There are 2 colors here. One is the marker face color alter, which is red, and there is a fill style. This property would tell which side of the marker we want it to be filled. So when it is a top fill, you see below the original color, this color blue. So this is a tableau blue color. It is filled on the top, and the alternate color which is not filled, the marker is not filled, and we have said it is the alternate color is red, it is filled here below. Okay, so this is how you can create multicolored polygons, and you can use any of your marker styles here. For example, a a hexagon, and so let me just increase the size a little bit here. Okay. You will see these are the various fill here. It is possible to do a left, right, okay, so, and whatever color that you are interested in. So you can create multicolored markers in this way, okay, and the possibilities are top, bottom, left, right, okay. You can align your the fill style. You can mention these kind of fill styles. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. And just as one more note, you can use the annotate to create. So you can use the font properties from the font manager of the Matplotlib, and you can assign a particular font. So for example, here I am assigning my emoji font here. Okay, I forgot to import the font manager. Let me just import the font manager and assign this particular font. So what you can do in the marker is, you can say that you want your marker to be none. Means there is no marker here, okay. Your marker is set to none, and you can use a for loop, and for each point in your x and y, you can annotate that point, okay, with a particular icon from this particular font, okay. So when you use like this, instead of giving a Unicode in the marker, you can use it this way as well, where you can annotate it with a particular font, but this has to come from this font. So if I go back to my this emoji font and select any of the some interesting icon from here, so let me select, okay, this is the one which is already selected. So let me just select this one. You go here, you select it, just copy paste it in the annotate, and you run it. That particular font will be displayed. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope it is useful for you. Thank you.